banks were the big elephant, right? They were giving mortgages to people back in 2000. Very nice, responsible family, they give mortgages, and there are huge investors with billions. They're sitting out here and they're saying, I have lots of money. Let me buy the mortgage, which will return me 4% or 5% interest versus my money just sitting idle, right? So they used to buy these mortgages from the bank. Bank lends you the mortgage, and the investors take the mortgage and earn 4% or 5% across. They buy all these mortgages. So it was going well. Everything was perfect. Later on, they realized, there are some people, they were like making a lot of money, right? So they realized, why not just extend this whole concept to people who are having low credit scores, but not so great, because we can still lend them the money, we can give them the mortgage, but if they fail to pay, I still have the house, so what's the big deal? So banks became greedy. They became so greedy, they said, I want to grow bigger, right? So they started becoming greedier. So they created something called the subprime mortgage, wherein they take low credit score people and started giving mortgages to them at a very low interest rate. And so this was back in 2004. 2004 to 2007 is what happened. Millions and millions of people started getting these mortgages. They started giving these subprime mortgages. The moment they start getting all this, the house prices are like pumping like crazy, right? 2004 to 2007. Because everybody is getting a house, the demand is huge. Perfect. It's like blowing like crazy. These guys are making tons of money. They're charging more interest rate for the low credit score people, so investors are getting more money. Perfect for everybody. Everybody making huge money. The elephant is growing bigger and bigger. Until the point in 2007, post-2007 was a record profit made by all the banks. 2008, this is what happens. They're so big, and people are not able to pay their mortgages anymore because they don't know, they're like, daily workers, like people who change oils, people who do, they save money like with hard earn money. They don't know all the calculations. They're doing hard work, making their 100,000 somehow, buying a $500,000 house, thinking, bank is thinking I can pay, I might be able to pay. But in the process, they're not able to pay. They lose their 100,000. They go bankrupt. There's a house sitting there. The investor, instead of getting that 7% interest he was expecting from the person, he's not getting anymore. He's getting nothing. He has a house there, but now what happens? The number of houses keep increasing in the market, right? You're talking in millions here, right? Millions and billions of houses. What's happening? The money is not coming to the investor. The investor says, I don't want this mortgage. Nobody's buying the mortgage anymore, right? The whole thing starts crashing down, right? House price goes down now. Instead of investors getting more money, they're not taking anything, so the house prices start going down. Banks are they're taking lots of money from investors, they're taking money from other banks. Everything is in the trouble, right? One guy crashes, everybody's going to crash. This is where we are seeing a big elephant with billions of money. The first Lehman Brothers, I don't know if you know about it, actually the first was Bear Stearns, who started crashing down, and they don't have money in the bank, so somehow they get rescued by JP Morgan. And second is Lehman Brothers. They start crashing down, and this is a time when Fed government does not rescue them. They go to bankruptcy. And the ripples of this elephant falling, like Lehman Brothers, is so huge. People are not getting their salaries because everybody, like even if you see GE, right, they finance their day-to-day operations from the money coming from the bank. Nothing is coming through. Everything is like dried, right? So it's so big, such a big impact. Slowly the Fed steps in and realizes in a couple of weeks, we might see all the banks, Merrill Lynch, AIG was insuring these mortgages. And because these mortgages are failing back and forth, right, they had to pay all these insurances to people to support, and they were like totally bankrupt. So now the Fed comes in, puts the money, and tries to rescue. That's a bailout that the Fed does. Question is, what I want to bring out to you guys is, was it the right thing for the government to do that, to give this irresponsible, greedy banks who just made, their greed and made billions, right? They were given more billions from the government. Was that the right thing? Versus the people who were like, somehow making 100,000 or 60,000, they got nothing. They lost the 60,000, they lost their 80,000, the down payment they made on the houses, and today they have nothing. They totally lost it. Government didn't do a single thing about them, right? We came out of crisis by giving billions to these guys and nothing to the people who were genuine people, who didn't do any mistake, who were really the scapegoats into this whole thing. Question is, couldn't government have given them the money, let them not go into bankruptcy, supported them on 0% interest, whatever, right? And let banks take the heat. We didn't do that. Why? Because banks are too big to fail. We thought if they fail, we are all done. We are dealing with an elephant that's going to crash us down. Think about it. What was the right thing? And today, we still have the same problem. Those banks are still too big to fail. This can happen again, and nothing you can do about it. They will be getting billions of dollars of bailout doing that. Think through it.